All right, guys. Happy to see everyone here for our webinar that will be about the talent visas. The top, actually, 3 talent visas to immigrate to the US. Very good, guys. I see that we have a lot of people joining, and I want to make sure that you understand that if you joined through Livestorm, you will be able to ask questions. All right. So Livestorm questions. Everywhere else, YouTube, LinkedIn, Facebook, and other platforms, guys, I will not be able to see your questions. All right. Why? Because you should register for webinar on Livestorm. That's the way to go to get the most value out of it. So maybe we'll have a moderator looking over those platforms and passing on the questions that may pop up there, but I cannot guarantee that. All right. So let's do this, guys. Today's what? Today's Wednesday, and I think this is the best spot for you to be if you want to come to the States on talent visas. And this is the best spot to be to know how you can make a lot more money. Why did we call this webinar Boost Your Income X3? Well, because the salaries and wages and the payments for your services are so much higher here. All right. So that's why this is the way to boost your financial wealth. And of course, to open up the doors for good education, for medicine, for a future for your kids. All right. Because we're all about the future of our children. So we're not gonna spend a lot of time on philosophy because we have a lot of materials to cover. So guys, smash that plus button on your keyboard. Let me know if you can hear me and see me well. So give me the plus sign in the chat so I could see that we have no technical issues and that we are ready to go and probably spend the best hour or hour and a half in your life to go really deep into criteria of the talent visas. And guys, my goal today to make sure that when we finish today's webinar, you will be coming out with a full understanding of each criteria for each visa that we're going to talk about. All right. So that's my goal. So make sure you ask questions if you don't understand something. Make sure you participate in the webinar because this is a unique way to communicate with me. Okay. And I know some of you guys know me very well from YouTube, from Instagram. Maybe you came to one of my streams on Insta. Maybe you watch my TikToks and you like when I entertain you with some good stuff there. So some of you don't. All right. So I'm gonna talk a little bit about myself before we begin. So for those of you who don't know me and you're like, who is this guy? who is this guy? All right, like why he's talking about this? What kind of qualification he has? We'll establish that. So do not worry. Stick to the end, guys. Stick to the end because this is serious stuff. All right, and you will not find any materials like this anywhere on the internet. All right, especially for free, and I'm doing it for free for you. All right, so I'm going to be tracking all the material, all the questions that you're asking. The moderator will be there to help me out with that. So make sure you participate. So what exactly we're going to be discussing today? All right. First of all, the secrets of O1, EB-1A, extraordinary ability talent visas, and EB-2 National Interest Waiver. I will be telling you things that you've never heard before. Okay? Because I'm going to give you the insights how to prove those visas, what you should do to satisfy the criteria, and how you need to pack up your petition. All right? For success. Of course, for success. And that's the second topic, how to create a successful immigration case for a talent visa. All right? How to avoid common mistakes in the application process. And the best way to avoid them is to know what exactly needs to be done. And that's what we're going to be discussing as well. Further, tips for demonstrating your skills to the USCIS. all right, some secrets, some insights, how exactly you need to word your description of the petition, okay? And I want you guys to make sure that you write things down, all right? Have either your phone with your notes or a piece of paper. Like I'm kind of old school in that respect. I like a piece of paper, and I got some things I want to mention to you that's outside of the presentation. All right, so don't be shy. Use the old school paper because that's gonna stick in your mind. And of course, you'll get the opportunity to ask questions. All right. So yes, Erwin, I will give you my qualification just in a second. So how to make most of our webinar? Of course, listen to this. All right, and exclude all background noise. If you guys have kids, if you have if you have a pet who's gonna interfere, just make sure you're somewhere where nobody's gonna bother you and focus for this hour and a half. All right. Put your phone away unless you put the notes. Make sure that you're on the social media. It's like shooting yourself in the leg. And of course, take a note. I already mentioned that. If you guys don't take notes, it's gonna be a waste. So make sure you do. For those of you who's gonna stick to the end, I'm gonna give you 2 gifts. All right. Gift number 1, the free evaluation of your case. What it means, I will tell you exactly what you need to do in order for me to look at your achievements, look at your recognition, everything that happened to you, and let you know if you have a case or you don't have a case. Okay? I call it also first qualification. Like, it doesn't even really make sense to move on. All right? So that's the gift number 1. I'll tell you at the end. And gift number 2, special guide on talent visa criteria. All right? That's the special guide I developed for you guys. So make sure you stick to the end to receive that guide, because you will not find it anywhere on the internet. All right. So now is a good time to let me know what you guys want to learn besides what I mentioned before we proceed. So write in the comment section if you want to learn something in particular. Okay? Of course, we're gonna go, I'm gonna explain how those visas work. I'm gonna let you know what the criteria are. I'm gonna let you know how to present those criteria. I will let you know how immigration officer look at those petitions. So write down something that I missed or you wanna learn, know more about, okay? And I see that KF says, hi everyone. Guys, you can actually communicate with yourself in the chat. I encourage that. Exchange the emails, the phone numbers if you're from the same country. And by the way, before we begin, guys, let's drop down the countries we are from. So everybody who dropped the plus sign or the thumbs up, let me know where you're from. Give me the city, give me the country. Okay, so let's see where we're from. So maybe you guys from the same country and you could connect. All right, and this is amazing because you guys, those who know me, you know that I'm building the community of people here in the States among our clients. So let's see. Oh my God, let's see. Colombia, Maria, one of my favorite countries. I'm going to Colombia in November. Indonesia, very good. We have clients from Indonesia. Pakistan, Mohammed, very good. You have a E2 visa also besides the ones that we're going to be talking about. Eva, Slovakia. Eva, we don't have anybody from Slovakia, I believe. So maybe you'll be the first client. Damjan, Serbia. We do have clients from Serbia. We have a EB-1 talent visa for chess journalists from Serbia. Egyptian working in Virginia under L1 visa, Mohammed. I love it. So you already have L1 visa, so you want to learn more about how you can probably switch to the immigrant visa. And we're going to be discussing that as well. Marjeta from Albania, Tirana. I love Albania, never been there, heard a lot of good things about it. Germany, a lot of clients from Germany. We actually just filing the EB-1A for neurosurgeon from Germany. I love that case. El Salvador, you guys, the Bitcoin country, I love you. Slides after, someday no slides afterwards. Valencia, Venezuela. Pedro, we actually have clients from Venezuela living in other countries. I have a video with Leo. He's I believe in Uruguay, and he's doing EB-2 National Interest Waiver visa. Nigeria, definitely have clients from Nigeria, Greece, Trinidad, Tobago. No islanders yet, so someday, yeah, I hope you pronounce your name right. Maybe you'll become the first one. Malta, very good. Hungary, definitely Hungary. We have a bunch of clients from there. Bahamas, Iran, a lot of engineers from Iran, Ali, a lot of engineers. The only one from Pakistan. Yes, Gabriela, Russia, Moscow, a lot of clients from Moscow. Brazil, yes, very popular. Sweden, Philippines. Azerbaijan just got an approval for Azerbaijan for engineer. Philippines just got E2 approval from Philippines. We actually have a bunch of people from Indonesia, but I see a lot of live in Poland. All right, Malta, a bunch of people from Malta. All right, so very good. All right, guys, Bangladesh. We actually have people from Bangladesh who living in Canada right now, filing for E2 visa for that. Guys, I love the geography. It's so huge. We don't have people from Australia, I believe, right? But everything else, Asia, Europe, Africa, South America, Central America. So everywhere but Australia. So this is really good geography. And I see that you guys interested a lot in EB-2 National Interest Waiver. We're going to talk a lot about it. So, and how to qualify for this visa. So good. All right, guys. We even have Shaho from Kurdistan. I believe Kurdistan is not a separate country yet. It's a part of Syria, Turkey, and other countries. So I love it. It shows that we have interest from all over the world. All right, and if you guys see someone from your country, just, hey, exchange the emails, exchange the phone numbers. Why? Well, because you have like-minded people in your country who want to come to the States. So I encourage you to exchange the information with each other. I think it's great, all right? And that's what I want to do. All right, so let me tell you guys a few words about myself, who I am. My name is Stanislav Shamaev. I deem myself a very experienced business, immigration, and corporate attorney. I'm a founder of an immigration law firm here in Miami. It's called Shamaev Business Law. We have more than 100 people working in my corporation with 10 departments. All right. So we are specializing only in 3 types of immigration: business, investment, and talent visas. Okay, we don't do asylums, we don't do family immigration, the family visas, the student visas, the tourist visas. No, only talent visas, business, and investors. We do it all day, every day. Okay, and for the past 8 years of our work, we got more than 2,000 approvals for professionals, talents, businesses, and investors. Okay, and our clients are from over than 50 countries in the world. All right, so we can help you out in any state if you're coming through the immigration laws. Okay, so it doesn't matter if you're not coming to Miami, and I'm in Miami right now. Okay, for those of you guys who know Miami, this is this city called Aventura. It's the northern part of Miami. Behind me is Aventura Mall. Very famous. Okay, if you've been to Miami, you've been to Aventura Mall. So we are here. But if you're coming to Texas, to California, to New York, to Hawaii, it doesn't really matter. We can practice immigration law in any state. All right, and we can do corporate law also in Florida. So these are the visas we're dealing with. We're dealing with the business investor visa, EB-5, EB-1C, L1. By the way, we got some L1 visa here. Okay, so we're dealing with them too. E2. Talent visas, O1, EB-1A, and EB-2 NIW. And some of you will be like, Stanislav, EB-2 NIW is not talent visa. Well, it doesn't say it in the law, kinda, but in my qualification, the way I see this visa, it is a talent visa because it's only for those who have certain talents in certain way, and it's just a different way to express them. All right, so EB-2 NIW is also talent visa. And of course, work visa like EB-2, EB-3, the classic EB-2 and classic EB-3, the work visa, H-1B, and things like that. All right, so that's what we do. And of course, our professional goal is to bring 10,000 of you to the States by the year 2030. Okay, we set up a very high goals, and we about 20-25% in for this goal. So maybe you guys become one of those 10,000 people who gonna build the community here in the States. Okay, so let me see. Muhammad is asking any graphic brand designer here. Guys, let Muhammad know if any of you are from graphic brand designers. Maybe you exchange the information also, because I have O1B visas approvals and EB-1A for graphic designers. Okay, so I have a bunch of experience in that. So Muhammad, if you work with us, we know exactly what to do. All right, and look at this. Participant 1, he's UX designer. So you guys exchange the information. Like Arun put his email and his phone number. So exchange, use the WhatsApp to communicate and build the community outside to bring it here. All right. So and I think this is the best for you guys to grow yourself. So okay, Sri Lanka, very good. All right. So guys, let's start. Okay, we already 15 minutes in, and this is the best time to start our material. Let's discuss O1 visa and EB1 visa together. Okay, there are certain differences. I'm gonna mention them, but the criteria are very similar. So I'm going to discuss O1 first, then EB1 as to advantages and disadvantages, and then we'll switch to the criteria. All right, so let's go. What is O1 visa? O1 visa is a non-immigrant visa for exceptional ability, extraordinary ability people. Okay. Why is it a non-immigrant? Well, because it does not give you a green card automatically. All right, doesn't matter how long you stay on O1 visa, it's not gonna give you a green card. But this is the base to build on to file for EB-1A and to get a green card. I'm gonna talk more about this a little bit later. And also, this is a perfect and pretty fast way to come to the States. All right, because we can get O1 visa filed within 6 months, and then 2 months to get the interview in the embassy. All right, so it's a pretty fast way, 8 months from the beginning till the end. This is pretty quick relative to other visas. All right, so this is a good first step to come to the States. So what does it give you? What it allows you? First of all, it allows you to live and work in the States up to 3 years. Okay, so 3 years. What happens after 3 years is over? Well, you can extend by a year, indefinitely, basically. All right, and when I say you, it's actually your petitioner, your employer, because we know that O1 visa requires an employer, and of course we'll be talking more about this a little bit later. Okay, so that's what it allows you. What are the benefits of O1 visa? First of all, there is no limit on how many O1 visas can be issued each year. And you guys know, especially people from India. I didn't see anybody from India here. Well, because because we all know that for Indians the backlog is huge, right? For EB-2 NIW, and even for EB-1A, it's a little longer than everybody else. So that's why it's for India. Bala is from India, right? He's saying, is that Bala? Is that because you're from India, or you're answering somebody else's question? So O1 is a great way for any country to come to the States and work here for 3 years for the employer. Okay. Number two, the wording is a little bit misleading. It says that O1 does not require a job offer from a US employer. What I meant here is that you may have your own company to provide you a job offer. I guess some of you didn't know that, guys, right? That's because everybody thinks that, oh my God, I need to have an employer, that company in the States, they will hire me and sign the petition, and I will have to work for them for 3 years. Yes, that's the classic way, and this is true. However, you can open your own company in the US, and this is really easy to do, and use that company as your own employer. And your company is going to sign the petition for you. Okay? So I've done dozens and dozens cases like that, where we use the own company for startup, like for businesses, for IT people, and for a lot for the services, right? Like engineering services, IT services also, and things like that. All right? So bear that in mind, that you don't have to have that unknown employer. You can use your own company. Okay, so 3 years, then 1 year increments indefinitely, and I already mentioned that O1 is pretty fast to do. Well, I put it from 1 month to 8 months. Well, it's possible to do for a month. No one wants to do this because it's very hard. It's a lot of work. It's closer to 6 to 8 months. All right. So if you start your case today, let's say, especially if you work with me, I don't know how other attorneys work. I can talk only about myself. So in about 6 to 8 months. So let's calculate. Let's say you start today. So September, October, November, December, January, February, March, April. So anywhere from February to April, you will be coming here in the US and you will be able to work. All right? It's pretty fast. So that's the way it goes. And of course, there is a premium processing, okay? 15 days after the filing, and you get an approval. Let me tell you something, guys. I filed over 100 O1 visas for the time I was practicing law. And out of all these cases, I got only 2 denials, okay? So for more than 100 cases, only 2 denials. So we can get you approved with the chances of 99% with O1 visa if I qualified you for this visa. All right? And of course, you guys know how to get qualification from me. At the end, I will tell you how to, what link you need to go to get a free evaluation from me. And if I tell you after free evaluation, hey Bala, hey Eva, hey Shaho, you qualify for this visa, but you need some add certain things more. Let's go to the complex immigration planning. Okay, that means that you have 99% of approval for this visa. Okay, and when you come to the complex immigration planning, and by the way, guys, no one is doing things like that, right? Other attorneys want you to pay them to tell you that you qualify. Okay, we don't work like that. We do it for free for you. And then at the complex immigration planning, I already built the written strategy for you, where you know which criteria are satisfied, which are not, and how to satisfy them, and how many of them. Okay, that's the purpose of a complex immigration planning. And by the way, guys, a little off topic. Let me know what you are looking for in an American immigration attorney, immigration lawyer. Just drop your thoughts. Let me see what you're looking in the professional whom you're gonna be trusting your life to. Okay, like what kind of characteristics you want to see in your attorney. All right, just I want to know, because I want to see what exactly, how you see your attorney, the communication with your attorney, the professionalism, everything else. If I see that, I can address those things that you mentioned. Okay, this is really important for me to grow. Let's say somebody mentioned, like Bala mentioned something, hey Stanislav, I'm looking for this and I don't have this. I'd be like, okay, so for Bala to work with me, I need to have this, this and that. All right, so it's also, you learn from me and I learn from you guys. All right, so let's exchange some ideas here. So let's see what's going on. So it's really cool that you guys exchanging the emails and the phone numbers. I think this is really cool. Mohammed, my first call for the immigration, for complex immigration planning is starting tomorrow. By the way, Mohammed, yeah, very good. So what Mohammed means, guys, is that he said his first call. So what he means that complex immigration planning has two phases. The first phase, you communicate with the data manager, somebody who's gonna suck out all the information from you. And when you meet with me, I already use that information to build your written strategy and explain which program is the best for you and what exactly you need to do to get the 90% chance of approval rate for your petition. Why 90% approval chance rate? Well, because that's the statistic in my company. If I take your case and I file it, you on average get 90% chance of approval. Yes, it's 99, 98 for O1, but across all visas, it's more than 90%. All right, so that speaks volumes. Okay, let's see. Mohammed, great move. Okay, let's see questions. Erwin, I'm in the US right now on B1, B2 visa. Okay, and would like to extend my stay for another 6 months. How? Well, that's a little bit off topic, but you can do it if you have some kind of good reason for that. Number one reason is health. Okay, if you like something with your health, you want to see the doctors and things like that. Number two, like conferences or some professional things that you want to do, like go some conference or like some seminar or things like that. Or maybe if you have some work related, like not work to do, but business related concerns that you want to do. So you provide those reasons. There is a form I-539. You can use it to file and extend your tourist stay. Okay, Andy says trustworthy. Andy, I don't know how well you know me. I believe I'm the most open and transparent attorney in the universe. Definitely in the immigration field. Guys, I tell you how many cases we have, how we work. I describe my processes. I'm telling you about the denials I have. I'm open about prices. If you ask me, Stanislav, what are the prices? I will not be, come to the complex immigration planning and no. I'll tell you exactly what are the prices. What, you know, I like to build the trust with my clients from the very beginning. And that's how I act. That's how I emphasize that behavior, because I want you guys first to trust me as a professional and then transfer that trust to my team, because most of the time you will be working with my team. Okay, it could be 5 people, it could be 7 people who will be on your case, helping you with the paperwork. I'm building your strategy. I'm checking your documents on the 4th level of review. So you have at least 4 people checking each your document. I'm the 4th one. And I'm the one who drafts the memorandum. What is a memorandum, Stanislav? Well, this is the final paper where I make a legal argument on the evidentiary base that we collected based on my strategy. Okay? And we collect the papers for 5 months. And I take 1 month to draft the memorandum and file your case. So 6 months altogether. Olutoye, professionalism and efficiency. Definitely. I deem myself a very professional attorney. Never got any disciplinary action from Florida bar. Okay, so we clean. No one complained that on the basis that we got some warnings on things like that. Never happened. Efficiency. Well, when you have a company where 100 people working, okay, more than 100, we have more people right now. I think we can talk about the efficiency within the processes of building your case, of going through your case. All right, and I'm actually proud of the processes we have in the company. Samdaye, I would like attorney to be able to provide work and advice on residents. Definitely, that's we do it every day. Jamie, I want to move to the US with my wife to work as a project manager. Okay, we have green cards for project managers in EB-1 category. I'm an electrical engineer. This is music for my ears, Jamie. My wife actually is also an electrical engineer here in the States. She has a master's in electrical engineer and she has master's in cybersecurity. And she doesn't even have to put resume if she wants to switch the job. So for you guys to understand how much the US needs professionals. We need professionals so much that if you're really professional in your field, you don't even have to put a resume, because you just need to say somewhere to some people in the industry, hey, I'm looking for a job. And trust me, they're going to be a line of employers looking for your skills. How I know that? Well, that's I see how my wife does, right? If she wants to switch the job, she just say to her, she call them vendors, like other companies they work with, like, hey guys, I'm looking for a job. Next day, she has 10 offers because there's no professionals. Okay, my wife, she's really good in what she does. Okay, I would like my attorney to help me build my case and recommend which type of visa should I apply for. Jamie, that's exactly what we do through free evaluation and complex immigration planning. Okay, complex immigration planning is not free. It's $350, but you get a written document up to 20 pages sometimes. Maybe you qualify for EB-1A, for O1, EB-2 NIW, maybe something else. For each program, you definitely know if you qualify or you don't qualify, which criteria are satisfied, which are not, and those that are not satisfied, how to satisfy them to get the 90% approval chance. Okay, that's what I do every day. Anna, number of approvals. Guys, 9 out of 10 cases I file get approved. Okay, and you can read the review on Google, the reviews on Avo. You can watch the reviews on YouTube. We have a lot of real clients with real visa approvals. Arun, an open communication and trusting person. Okay, I already mentioned that. I'm really open to all kind of communication and criticism. Guys, if you want to criticize me on something, and sometimes I talk to you on YouTube, and you know I answer all your questions on YouTube, okay? And Instagram as well. But YouTube, like, I'm there with you, I'm answering all your questions. And you see that I'm open to your criticism. And sometimes you say, hey, Stanislav, like, I don't like how you do this. Of course, it hurts me first, but then I look at it openly and it's like, okay, I'm gonna change this because I see the point. So I'm really open to constructive criticism, not like Stanislav, you speak with an accent. Like, come on, guys. Like, I speak 2 languages, or I actually speak 3 languages. So of course I have an accent. Like, I cannot get rid of this. Who could guide for a green card quickly for family? Okay, definitely. Your family is going to be attached to your petition. Attorney knows what could be the main reasons for rejection. Arun, you hitting the bull's eye, okay? Because yes, we have 9 cases out of 10 approved, but we get that case. 1 out of 10, then we get a denial, okay? So the question is, why was the denial and what to do afterwards, okay? Let me tell you something, Arun, and everybody who's interested in the denials, because we cannot close our eyes and not to see the elephant in the room, okay? Because no attorney in the world, and if you guys see some attorneys, 100% approval rate, la 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 la, impossible. Impossible. Why? Because there is a subjective way the immigration officer looks at your talent visas. Okay, don't forget, we're still talking about talent visas, right? And we're gonna get to the criteria, don't worry, guys. But I want you to understand the process and the bigger picture, okay? So what we're talking about right now is not gonna be wasted. So, subjective criterion means that when the immigration officer looks at all the evidence for O1, EB-1A, EB-2 NIW, and he thinks that this does not elevate you to the top of your field, he's gonna deny the petition even if we satisfied at least 3 criteria out of the 10, let's say for EB-1A. Okay, so that's the way the industry works. So of course there will be denials. The question is why that denial happened and what to do next. Okay, and we collect a lot of data from the petitions that we filed, and we file anywhere from 30 to 50 cases a month. okay? 30 to 50. So we file a lot of cases because we have a lot of teams. We can afford ourselves to lead so many cases at the same time. So we have a lot of statistics and a lot of data. We even compile the black lists of the immigration officers who review your petitions, who are less loyal to the petitions that not only us, but everybody files, I would assume, okay? So, if you file your case and we receive the RFE, request for evidence, and we see that we don't know the name of the officer, but we know the number, X0528, okay? We first check, do we know this officer? Okay, what are our statistics with this officer? And if he's in the blacklist, and sometimes it happens, so like we have a lot of problems with this officer. So what's gonna happen next? I'm gonna go to you, Arun, or Jamie, or Alatuye, and say, hey guys, this is the officer from the blacklist. Okay, the chances of him approval our petition is really low. Okay, even if we have a strong case, and we always have a strong case, okay? Because I don't file the cases that I don't believe in. By the way, go into the professionalism. I will never, ever, you guys quote me on that, hold me to that. You can remember this, take a picture. I will never take a case that I do not believe I can get approved. Okay? Never. I've never done it. I'm not doing this. And I will never do it, okay? For me, reputation is much more important than the money I can take for the case I don't believe in, okay? So that's hands down. If I tell you, guys, Migena, Maria, I qualify for your case. If you do this, this, and that, I'm going to get you approved with a 90% chance, okay? That means I know how to do this and I'm confident about your petition, all right? So you, and I really hope you guys trust my professionalism and my my ethics, okay? Because I deem myself to the very high standards. Okay, and of course, if we still respond to RFE and get a denial afterwards, okay? The best thing to do is to refile your case, okay? Let me give you the statistics. From April till August, we refiled about 15 cases, 1-5, when we got the either officer from the blacklist or some inadequate RFE, some like crazy RFE, okay? So we withdraw and we refile. And out of these 15 cases, guys, you just hold on tightly. So 15 cases, crazy RFE, maybe no criteria satisfied. We withdraw it, refile it, and 14 cases out of these 15 got approvals with no RFE. Can you imagine that? How? It's the same system, the same petition, same laws, everything is the same. And 14 out of the 15 get an approval without RFE. One got an RFE, we're working on it right now, okay? Two criteria satisfied, we're working on to make sure that officer wants to give us approval later, okay? So this is the subjective thing, very subjective. So you gotta be ready. If you get a denial, I don't want you to get denial, but if you get a denial, you need to trust my professionalism and my experience to follow my recommendation to refile, okay? Or to withdraw when we get an RFE. Okay, guys, I think this was a great discussion, right? Yes, we spent some time without discussing the criteria for visas, but I want you to see my position and my vision that your cases are much more important for me than anything else, okay? Okay, let's see what else. I'm currently on US working on STEM OPT. My OPT expires in August 2024. Migena, it's time to act, okay? It's time to act because OPT is gonna go really quick. Maria, I'm currently studying with an F1 visa. I'm a music major. We have quite a few approvals for musicians. Actually, just recently we got approval for for a violin person, O1B visa. I want to extend my visa to be able to work here. Maria, I think, I don't know which instrument you play or whatever your skills are. Once you get a chance to get a free evaluation closer to the end of today's webinar, make sure you do it. I'll take a look and I see if we can get O1B visa for you. I'm looking for an opportunity to move to the US. How do I start the process? Well, that's why we're here. Muhammad, let's stick to the beautiful slides Stanislav has designed. We'll move to Q&A later. Okay. I hear your message, guys. I hear your message. Let's move on. Okay, journalist, considering have you considered O1 visa? Probably. All right, guys. Let's move on. I'll look at the questions afterwards. Okay, because we have a lot of materials. Okay, so O1 benefits. Everybody can get O1 visa, any profession, okay? We only need 3 criteria out of the 6 or 8. O1B, 6 criteria. O1A, 8 criteria, okay? The O1 visa requirements are much lower than EB-1A, okay? And when we're gonna talk about the criteria themselves, I'm gonna give you the exact recipe what I need to see for O1 and what I need to see for EB-1A in theory. Of course, each petition is different, right? But I'll give you like middle ground. I will tell you exactly what I need here, and there. Okay? Deal? Okay, and of course, O1 is a dual intent visa. So you can switch it to EB-1A without having to prove that you have a connection to your motherland, to your country. Okay, so this is a great visa to go with. And now we're going to talk about EB-1A and criteria altogether. Okay, for O1 and EB-1A. So what is EB-1A employment-based immigrant visa? This is a green card. Stanislav, I got approval for EB-1A. When do I get my green card? Well, this is a green card, okay? This is a green card. Or when I apply for the green card? Well, if you get an approval for EB-1A, that means you got approval for Form I-140, 140, okay? If you stay outside of the US, you just need to wait for the immigration interview in the embassy, all right? About 9 months. 9 months after the approval. If you are in the States, once you get approved, you either already filed 485 adjustment of status, or you will file it after you get an approval. About 2 to 4 months to get your green card. Okay, the card itself. If you are in the States, of course, and I know you guys like, oh, Stanislav, visa bulletin. Yes, there's a visa bulletin, there's a backlog for EB-2 and for EB-1. EB-1 is really small. It's actually yesterday got a fresh visa bulletin. And you guys the first to know the news, all right? We have the EB-2 backlog shortened. It was April 2022. Today it's July 2022. So April, May, June, July. We got 4 months move, which is great. For 4 months for 1 month bulletin. This is amazing. So we're moving pretty fast. We still have backlog for EB-1A for 1 month. Okay, so let's say you got approval today for EB-1A. You need to wait 1 month before your process starts, either in the States or outside of the States. Okay, and of course, visa bulletin is not something that we're gonna spend a lot of time with. You guys need to watch my, I think I already released this video on YouTube in English. Where I explain what visa bulletin is and what the situation is, and I'm gonna make an update very soon. Okay, so make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. Okay, so EB-1A allows you to legally work and live in the States while your petition is pending with USCIS, as long as we get an approval and the visa bulletin is current, or we got our backlog moved. Also, definitely you and your family will receive a green card, the 10-year green card, which in 5 years will become a US passport, US citizenship. Definitely work without limitation in the States. It has the premium processing where you pay $2,500 more and you get your visa approved within 15 days. Okay? Stanislav, do you recommend to file premium processing? Because I heard or I read on forums or some other attorneys said that it's no good. If you can, and you guys can, okay, 2,500 is not a small amount of dollars, but it's manageable, okay, in comparison to everything you spent already, right? I not only recommend, I actually kind of want to force you to do this, to file with the premium processing. Why? Well, because in my company, for my statistics, and we file hundreds of cases, okay, we have a better approval rate when we file premium, okay? I mean, 90% versus 80%, still high chances of approval both ways, premium and not premium, but premium is so much better. So do not be cheap, guys. Do not try to save 2,500 and like, oh my god, I don't wanna spend it. Spend it. It's definitely worth it. Even if it gives you 10% more chances of being approved, it's totally worth it. Okay, trust me on that. And of course, so you, your spouse, and your children under 21 years old, okay, under 21, will get the green cards as well. All right, so if it's a mama, papa, and 2 kids, it's 1 petition, 4 green cards. Okay, so that's all the benefits you get. So let's talk about the criteria and requirements. But before we begin, guys, let's take a little step back and still build a bigger picture what the immigration officer analyzes when he looks at your petition. So there are 3 stages of analysis of your petition. Number 1, objective analysis. What is objective analysis? This is where we need to satisfy 3 criteria out of whatever, out of the 601B, out of 801A, out of 10 EB-1A. By the way, why EB-1A gets 10 criteria? Because it's a combination of O1A and O1B. So O1B for art, movies, and television. Okay, also for YouTubers, content creators, bloggers, influencers. O1A for everybody else: business, engineers, athletes, professors, teachers, education. Okay, so combining these 2, we get 10. All right, so in EB-1A we have 2 criteria only for art. So if you are in art, if you're an artist, if you're an actor, if you're a musician, whatever, you get a benefit of 2 additional criteria in EB-1A, and this is amazing. This is amazing. We just got an approval for EB-1A for a nail master from Montenegro. Okay, so she's a nail master. Okay, she does the nails. Got EB-1A. We have a lot of approvals in the beauty industry overall. Models, nail masters, permanent makeup. We got EB-1A for a hair stylist, Alexei Franzuzov. He's from Russia. We just got a stream with him yesterday in Russian. So EB-1A for art is really good. It's also good for STEM. We're going to talk about STEM a little bit later. So that's why EB-1A has 10 criteria instead of 8. Okay, so objective stage, 3 criteria. Once he got the 3 criteria done, he moves to the subjective stage. We already talked about it. Remember that you can satisfy 3 criteria, but looking overall, and that's called overall merits. Okay, and this is a legal term. Don't worry about it. Overall merit, I call it subjective analysis. That's much easier. So he looks at everything and is like, well, it doesn't look like, you know, you're at the top of your field. Okay, I'm gonna deny you. So this happens maybe once in 30, maybe 40 cases with approval of an objective standard. Okay, so it's rare, it's very rare when we proved 3 or more criteria and officers like subjectively is not going to approve it. It happens. I have maybe 5 cases in my career like that, where the officers, we proved like 3 or 4 criteria, maybe 5. We had one case with 5 criteria from businessman from Kazakhstan. Really good case, and the officer was just crazy. We just refiled it and got an approval. So this objective is very important. And there's a third one, guys. The benefit to the US. Okay? To get denial on that, you gotta be really, really lucky. I mean, for all these hundreds and hundreds of cases that we filed for my career for more than 8 years, okay? I had only one case actually happened in this year. It happened in April. Basketball player from Russia. We got him 4 criteria approved. We got him subjectively. Officer said that yes, he is one of one at the top. Okay, he's at the top of the basketball players in Russia. But I don't see the benefit. And I was like, are you crazy? How a person who's gonna play here in the US, yes, he's not gonna play in NBA, but if he plays in a lower league, because he's such a strong player, those around him, they're gonna learn from him, because they will need to live up to his standard to beat him. How's that beneficial? Because those players then gonna go to NBA. All right. So this is crazy. I mean, this is just it was a crazy denial, guys. It almost blew me. I was so mad. I was so mad. You guys don't see me mad. I'm never mad. I was mad. All right. We refiled, got him approval, but this is just crazy. Okay. So it happens once, maybe in a couple of 100 cases. All right. But it happens. It happens. Okay. So 3 stages. But the most important is criteria. So let's talk about EB-1A criteria and about O1, because they're similar or the same. So what I want to see, I want to see definitely 3 criteria, at least 3. But what are they? What they can be? Awards. Okay, awards. So you participate in competitions in your field, and you win. And you prize winner, okay, 1st, 2nd, 3rd places. It could be sport, it could be business, it could be engineering, it could be hackathons, whatever, okay? What I'm looking for in those competitions, they have to be nationally recognized. Guys, remember this phrase, nationally recognized, okay? It doesn't mean that it gets the competitors from your country, from all over your country, or from internationally. No, it means that it has to be recognized nationally. Do you feel the difference? Okay, national competition or nationally recognized. There is a subtle difference in that, and that's what I'm explaining. It could be in your city. It could be, let's see, somebody was from Greece, right? It could be in Athens, right? But and only people from Athens can participate, but the rest of the Greece, they recognize this competition. They say, hey, if you tell it in a different city, oh, I know this competition, this is great, you're a professional, right? So that's what I'm looking for. How do we know it has national recognition? First of all, it happens maybe once or maybe twice a year. So I want it to be annually, okay? Annually or semi-annually. I want the press to cover it, okay? Make sure there's press, professional or national, the major outlets or professional press covering this event, okay? I want to see good sponsors for this event, like big companies or tech companies or a company in the industry sponsoring this event, okay? This is a good sign. I want to see that this competition has been in existence for some time. The longer, the better. If it's a government who organizes the event, thumbs up, even if it's Venezuela. There's people from Venezuela, okay? I know there is no trust in government in Venezuela, as in Russia. You know, you guys know I'm from Russia. There is no trust in government whatsoever, and we know why. This is craziness. But from the immigration standpoint, the events organized by the government have the higher hierarchy, a better recognition, okay? Also, I want to see a good jurors, the good judges who are those people who make the decision who is gonna win. All right. So the more you have of what I mentioned, the better. Of course, not everything is gonna happen. I rarely see the event that's annual, has been in existence for 20 years. It's a government who organizes it. There are good sponsors, press. No, never happened. It doesn't exist. Okay, guys, it doesn't exist. So, but the more you have of those, the better. All right, guys. What other attorney is telling you all this? This is like almost a commercial. This is a commercial secret. Okay, like no attorney is gonna talk about it. Going back to the transparency, right? I'm the one who to tell you this because no one wants to share the insights how to prove those criteria. I want you to be successful. That's my main goal. So how do you? Stanislav is great. I have the competition. I need at least one. Okay, at least one. If it's two, it's great. If it's international, it's even better. Okay. Stanislav, I have second place in a hackathon last year. It's nationally recognized, all good. How do I prove it? And if someone's asking this, it's a very good question because it's not enough that it happened. Okay? It's not enough. What is enough is to describe it the way the immigration officer wants it. And what he wants a letter from those people or those organizations who organize this event with everything that I mentioned provided in that letter. How many participants, from how many countries, how long this competition was in existence, who were the judges, what was the press coverage, how the judges analyzed the winners. It has to be in letter signed by those people who organized it. Okay? Unless we have objective evidence, independent objective evidence about this competition. And that usually happens only if it's like a very famous big competition, like a World Cup, soccer World Cup, Grammy, globally recognized events. You may find like articles in newspapers, maybe website is trustworthy and things like that. Most of the competitions that we file with our clients, maybe 80 to 90%, nobody knows about them outside of the industry. So we need a letter from the organizers actually saying what we need to prove. Okay, so guys, make sure you keep in touch with the organizers and ask them and tell them, hey, I will need your signature on the. And of course, they will tell you, hey, Mohammed, hey, Bala, or hey, Andy, give me the letter, I'll sign it. Right? Nobody's gonna do this. You guys will do this yourself. So you're gonna be the one to write down what needs to be in the letter. They put it on under the logo and they sign it. Okay, and that's the end of the story. Okay, same thing. It's not on this slide. It's on the next slide. The judging the work of others. Judging the work of others. Same thing as I told you about the awards. But you only the one in the juror. You the judge. But I need all the information about this competition. How often, the press, who organized it, what's the history, who are the judges, and everything else. Okay, it has to be in the letter the same way, and also with more accent, with more stress on how they chose the jurors, the judges for this competition. Okay, and of course the pictures that you're sitting in a nice chair on the panel, and you're smiling, and there's like people behind you. So this is all good, okay? Because the visual that you've done it is very important as well, okay? And if you guys look at the petitions that I do, the memorandums that I do, you'll be like, oh my God, this is a piece of art, okay? And that's not what I say, that's what my clients say, because I have a designer in the company who actually, and you guys, like some of you like designers here, like graphic designers, right? And regular designers. So we have a person in the company who designs our petitions. When you see your petition, you'll be like, oh wow, because it's beautiful. The pictures, the nice, the colors and goes. It's like it's almost entertaining to read the memorandum that I draft. And we know it. We know the officers get bored. Oh God, I need to read the 100 pages, just page after page after page. No, we make it with small paragraphs, nice pictures. It goes with the flow. It's beautiful. It's a piece of art. And also, let me tell you a secret, guys. And again, back to being transparent and open with you. We buy more expensive paper when we print your petitions. Okay? So, of course, any business person, any attorney who's also a businessman, because it's, of course, we're not non-for-profit, we're for-profit, okay? And I'm open about it. But all the attorneys buy the cheapest paper ever, right? Because, like, you go to Amazon, you find the cheapest one, and you order like 20 packages, right? 20 boxes, and you don't care. You don't think about it. We think about it because we print your cases on thicker documents, on thicker paper, and when the immigration officer is used to really thin paper, right? Really like thin like this. When he gets your package and it's on a thick paper, he feels it. It's subconscious. He doesn't understand it, but he feels it. It's different, and the whole package is heavier. Okay, subconsciously affects the immigration officer. So we even think about that. Okay. All right. So let's move on. Let's move on to the media. What media is press about you and your work. Okay, press about you and your work. It can be professional. So what's professional press? That means that only people from your profession are going to read this website or this magazine or this journal. Okay, I'm not going to read it. My employee is going to read it. My mom is not going to read it. Okay, so that means that who are those people who read this magazine or newspaper? If they're professionals, like business people, engineers, IT people, cybersecurity people, whatever, that means it's a professional. Okay, so it's number one. And or national, major outlets. Okay, major outlets. Let's take an example, because you guys from your countries, because I don't know the major outlets in your countries, so let's compare to the States, like New York Times, right? New York Post, Washington Times, like big outlets, news outlets in your country writing about you or your work or your projects. Okay, so either professional or a large major national. How do we know it's a major press in the country? Well, there is no like black and white. It's all also very subjective. But if the unique visitors, and usually it's a website. No one does the paperwork. It's usually a website. It's online. Okay, so a good start is to see if the unique visitors for the website of this newspaper is about 15 to 20% of the population of your country. And of course, if we talk about India, we have 1.5 billion people. Maybe this is not a good formula for this, okay? But if we talk for countries that are less than 200 million people, that is a good start, okay? It doesn't automatically qualify, but this is a really good start. So let's say in Russia, 150 million population. So 20% of this number would be what? Would be like 20 million people, right? So any newspaper above 20 million unique visitors a month will likely qualify as a major press in Russia, okay? Just apply this formula to your country. Stanislav, how do unique visitors, what are you talking about? Similarweb.com. Similarweb.com. That's the website to check the visitors, okay? Stanislav, how many articles should I have to satisfy this criteria? For O1, 2 to 4, so 2, 3, or 4. For EB1A, 4 plus. Got it? 2, 3, 4 for O1A or O1B, 4 plus for EB1A. Stanislav, I don't know how to do the press. Nobody wants to write about me. I'm confused. Where are those journalists? How I do this? Guys, press is one of the easiest criteria ever created in this world, okay? Why? Because there are PR agencies that can help you out with this, and we work with PR agencies that can do this across the globe. Any country, Nigeria, Greece, Albania, Slovakia, Germany, Spain, Portugal, Brazil, Venezuela, Uruguay, Russia, doesn't matter. Even the States, okay? Oh my God, Stanislav, it sounds illegal. No, why is it illegal? If what they do is they middleman between your projects, your work, your talent, your achievements, and a journalist who will want to write about this. The problem is not what to write. The problem is to find a person who will be interested about writing about you and your talent and things like that. Totally legal, okay? Totally legal. So you have to use the services of PR agencies to get the press coverage about yourself. If it's not existent yet, because some of you already get the coverage, right? You guys come to my complex immigration planning and I see sometimes, wow, like 5 links, 10 links. Not all of them work because some of them are local newspapers, some of them are not major, some of them are not professionals, but some of you already have it. But if you don't get discouraged, okay? Let me tell you this, guys. Out of hundreds and hundreds of petitions I filed for talent visas, there was only one without the press. You hear me? So make sure you understand this. And Stanislav, tell us more about this one petition that did not have press. Well, there was a IT guy in the artificial intelligence field. Like, he was really big. Like, he didn't have to have press about him. Okay, he was so big in his industry and AI that I was like, okay, we don't need the press. Okay, we have like the publications, critical role, good income. We got professional association. We got contribution in the field. I was like, all right, we'll skip that. There's no need. Okay, we got them approved right away. So, but all of you probably need. Okay, and if you work with me, you know how to do this. Let's move on. Published articles, guys. If you are serious about EB1A especially, you have to give me at least 3-4 scientific academic articles. Okay? 3 to 4. We cannot miss on this criterion. This is also not very hard. Some of you already like, hey, I have 10. Good. Okay? We'll take all of them. Some of you like, oh my God, I don't know how to do this. Somebody in between, okay, I have some materials, maybe I can do this, maybe I don't. Well, same thing. There are people, there are companies who help you to publish your materials. And make sure you guys understand it. It's not fake, okay? It's all real. You provide the materials to those companies. They find the journals, who's gonna publish it because they like the topic, and they're gonna help you to structure it, okay? So it's really easy. If you want it, you're gonna get it done, okay? Especially for EB1A. I also wanna see the articles, your own published articles, right? Don't mix it up with the press. Press is about you. Published articles are yours. You are the writer. You write them, okay? So don't mix the two. They're completely different. Yes, the law says expert articles are gonna be good. Well, in my experience, never worked for EB1A. Never worked. Like, if you publish your expert opinion in a major press or in a professional, it never worked. Trust me. So don't even try for EB1A. Okay, for O1, yes. For O1, I'll take your expert articles, opinion in a major press, in a professional press, but it will be more than enough. But for EB-1A, I will need scientific or academic articles. All right, and again, it's not hard. Let's move on. Recommendations. Guys, recommendations is not a criterion for EB-1A and O1A. It's a criterion for O1B, okay? A separate criterion. But for O1A and EB-1A, it is not. But you will need to provide 15 recommendation letters from people in your field. Okay? 15. All right? And I know some of you like, oh, it's easy. Some of you like, I think I can do this. And some of you like, oh my God, I mean, 3, 5, maybe 7, yes, but 15, well, that's gonna be hard. Well, trust me on that, guys. Everybody did that, okay? Well, from all these categories, yeah, and maybe, everybody have done it. So don't be discouraged by the number 15. And by the way, in the company, because we lead at the same time 250 cases as we speak, right? So right now we have about 230 cases at the same time, all right? So we have a program within the company. It's called NEO. It's called NEO program, okay? Where we find a match between you and some other person. You don't know that person. It could be like Arun is from India, right? And there is someone else from Venezuela, from Greece. But if you're from the same industry, we're gonna connect you, okay? With your approval, you're gonna approve it, okay? We're gonna connect you, and you're gonna exchange independent, expert opinions. The best thing you can ever get, okay? Only within my company. No one is doing this. You can do this with other companies, but I will tell you. And you know the price for the recommendation expert letter in the industry in the States? $1,500. 1,500 for one. We do it for you within the company, up to 4 letters like this. Up to 4, because if you are a dog doctor or a cat doctor, I mean, we have dog and cat doctors, but look, maybe 1 or 2. But if you're IT, if you're engineer, if you're doctor, if you're a businessman, if you're in the beauty industry, we have a lot of clients like this. So up to 4, those letters, okay? That's how close we work with you guys. We help you even with the expert letters. All right. So, but the rest is on you. The rest is on you. Okay. So let's move on. Judging. We already talked about it. All right. Judging the work of others. Oh, by the way, guys, I almost forgot. Alternative for awards and prizes for the first criterion is speaking at the conference and publication of your speech, of your whatever you delivered. It has to be published. So if you speak at the conferences and then you get a publication as a result of speaking at the conference, this is going to be an award. Okay, one full, complete, good award. All right. So for those of you who are in an academic field, in a science field, if you're in a STEM, science, technology, engineering, mathematics, okay, if you're in that field, all the doors are open for you to get awards through speaking at the conferences, okay, and getting publication as a result of that. This is amazing, guys. We constantly do this successfully, okay? So it's not theory, it's the practice. So make sure you don't miss on those opportunities. Same with judging. There is a classic way. There is a competition. They call you as an expert. You award the points. People win. You make a picture. You have the badge. This is judging. Okay, this is very good. However, if you are in the academic or scientific field, or you were in the past, and you do the peer review of publications of others, of publications, of dissertations, if you're on editorial board in a magazine or journal, if you're on a enrollment commission to the university, for example, all these are alternatives to the judging. I hope you guys putting it down. I hope you making the notes. You will not you will not remember. You will forget. So, alternative to the being a judge in a competition could be peer reviewing the papers of others, being on editorial board, being on enrollment board, or similar. There's more. Okay, but you get the idea. You get the idea. Okay, so don't miss on those opportunities, because I think to peer review somebody's publication is so much easier than becoming a judge in a competition, right? I mean, this is a no-brainer. Okay, let's move on. Contribution. How many judging? How many events? Well, if there is an award, give me one event where you judge. If there is no awards, I want 2. Okay, so 2 events where you judged. If you do the peer review of the papers, give me 3, 4. If you're on the board or some commission, some enrollment, certification, editorial, whatever, 1 participation, 1 event. Okay, so if you give me 2 or 3, this is good. Okay. And this is more for EB-1A. I'll give you the recipe for O1 when we finish with the criteria. Contribution in the industry. Okay, what is it? We can spend hour and a half talking only about this criterion. That's not the purpose of today, because it's very deep, it's very complex. In short, you have to do something. You have to have done something that's original and significant. Okay, what is original? It's new. You have a patent. You have a methodology. Da. You have a patent. You have a methodology. You have an approach. You have some studying materials. You wrote a book. Maybe you have some algorithm or something. Maybe you have an open source. Whatever that is. Okay? So it should be new. Never existed before. Okay? In that form. What is significance of that? How do we prove significance? Well, others use it. All right? So that's the easiest explanation I can give you. So it's new and others use it. Okay? If it's a methodology, if it's approach, if it's a patent, whatever, if it's a dissertation you wrote and people quote it, and someone has to use it in the industry. Okay? How to prove the significance? Well, the recommendation letters, the expert letters, expert opinions. Okay? The NEO program, there could be a few letters on that, or people that from your industry that you know. Okay? They're gonna tell you, they're gonna write a letter about the significance of your contribution. For EB-1A, you definitely have to 2 out of 3 awards, judging, contribution. So pick the 2, awards contribution, awards judging, contribution. So that has to be there. Okay? Of course, with rare exceptions, could be exceptions, definitely, but that's the middle ground. Okay? 2 out of these 3. And we'll talk more about the rest. Professional associations. One of the rarest criteria in the field. Okay? It almost never happens. Very hard to prove. Why? Because we have to show the bylaws that's gonna say, okay, this association accepts professionals in the field for excellence, so for high achievements. That's number 1. It should be in the charter, in the bylaws written. Okay, and the people who make a decision on your petition, they have to be experts on a national level. I think now you guys see that it's really hard to do this, right? So 2 very high sub criteria to prove that association works. So If you don't have association, don't worry. Commercial success. So your income, your salary, or the contracts for consulting or whatever, they have to be significantly higher than other professionals in the industry. How much significantly higher? 20 to 30% the least. I like when your salary is like twice as much. Like let's say you're IT in Albania, IT person, people from your industry, good professionals get $1,000 salary. I want you to have $2,000. All right. So that's how do we prove it? The paperwork from the company that paid you, and the taxes. Guys, make sure you pay the taxes in your country, because we're gonna show it to the US government and they're gonna love it, because if they see you pay taxes in your country, they know you're gonna pay taxes here, okay? And that's how we prove that you actually get it. That's independent, objective evidence of you getting that money. Some tax agency, tax authority in your country giving like some kind of paper what it says. All right. Okay, so these are not all criteria that I want to discuss. We also need to discuss the critical or leading role in a company with a high reputation. So this is a separate criteria where we have to prove that you worked in a company with a high reputation. What is a high reputation? A recognition of that company in your field. Okay? It doesn't have to be a big bank or a big IT company. It could be small, but people within industry knows about it. Okay? So people know about it, and they recognize this company as a good company, as a good professionals. So that's number one. And you've done something for that company that made them make money. So you did something and they made money using your work. Okay, that's the easiest way to explain it. So maybe you participated in a project, or drafting the code, or if you're a doctor, you diagnose people. That's why they bring more clients in the company, in the hospital, or whatever. If you're an engineer, if you're a business person, with the business people, it's a little bit harder because a lot of you don't have the salary, but you have the dividends. Well, start paying the salary to yourself in your company, right? And it should be twice as much as the CEO in your country, in your city. Okay, we look geographically into your city, not the whole country. So that's what we need to do, and that's going back to the commercial success, by the way, right? So in a sense of functionality, that has to be a letter from the company or companies, because you could have worked them in the past and you don't work there anymore, but you still we can still use that company, and you roll on it as a critical and leading or leading role in this criteria. Okay, let me see what else. So, to sum up, what I need from you guys for O1 visa first, okay? And this is that's the average. Of course, there's certain things, but there's an average. So, for O1, I want 3 articles in the press about you. I want 3 to 4 publications, the scientific publications. I want at least 1 critical or leading role in a company with a high reputation. So this is 3 criteria. I want to see your salary, that you receive more than others, and I want 1 out of the 3, either contribution to the field, or award, or judging. Okay, so that's the basic 5 criteria for O1 visa. Of course, we can play around a little bit with this approach, but this is the basis. What about EB-1A? For EB-1A, I want either 1 award or 2 events where you judged, or both. I'll take both, okay? But either or. I want contribution to the field. Usually, if you don't have any contribution, write a book, okay? Write a book. So that's my best advice. So award or judging, contribution, critical role, your income, publications, and the press about you. Okay, so this is 6 basic criteria for EB-1A. Okay, so that's and definitely there are some here and there things can happen, but that's what we're looking at. All right, guys, we will bit spend too much time on EB-1A, so let's talk straightforward with EB-2 NIW. I'm not going to repeat what it allows, because basically it allows everything else that EB-1A allows, right? Definitely for EB-2 NIW is mostly for those of you in STEM, science, technology, engineering, math, okay? And of course business. Of course business is one of these. Take a screenshot of this slide for your reference, so you could remember what exactly STEM means. So let's talk about the criteria for EB-2 NIW. It's one out of the 3 options to pre-qualify for this visa. Okay, first we need to have a pre-qualification. The easiest one is the first 2. It's the bachelor's degree and 5 years of experience in your study, in your bachelor's. It's a master's degree. Okay, so it's either or. Or if you don't have higher education, or your education not in the field of your proposed endeavor, we're going to talk about this more, then we have to satisfy 3 out of the 6 criteria on this slide. Okay, guys, I'm not going to spend much time here. Make a screenshot or write them down. You can find them online. Okay, it's an open information. So 3 out of the 6 and you will get pre-qualification. Okay, so what else? Once we pre-qualified you, we need to know what is your endeavor. Stanislav, what is endeavor? Nobody knows. Nobody knows what endeavor means. That's why I use the word project. Okay, so project. What are you going to do in the States? What is your project? And please, guys, pay attention right now. Critical, crucial piece of information. Your project has to be proposed. Not an existing project, not the past project, not some other project that's going on, that's operational. No, we are proposing the project. Okay? So it's an idea. It's an idea. If it exists and it's working, your project, your idea is working, good. Okay? Definitely it's gonna make it stronger. But the law asks us to provide the idea of the project. All right? And what that idea needs to be? That needs to be in the national interest of the United States of America. What does it mean? It means that there must be a problem, substantial merit, okay? So substantial merit and national importance. National interest consists of 2 things, substantial merit and national importance. What is substantial merit? It's a problem. There is some problem somewhere, okay? And the national importance is the solution to this problem, is in the national interest of the states in economy, finance, business, STEM, culture, sport, okay? Basically in anything that has to do with the government, okay? So this is the theory. Now, Stanislav, I don't know where to find my project, what I'm supposed to propose. How do I look for this project? And guys, I have a solution for you. Okay, I have a solution. The easiest way to find your project is to look what you have been doing for the past 5 years. Okay, that's it. Look what you've been doing last 5 years and see what exactly that is. Have you been consulting? Have you been working at the production? Have you been optimizing the processes maybe at manufacturer? Maybe you've been working on a ship as an engineer. Maybe you've been a civil engineer building the big buildings. Whatever you've been doing, take that experience and see how you can apply that experience in the US. How to do that? Well, look in the open sources online, articles, publications, expert opinions, White House policies, USCIS policies, anywhere in the internet where they show that there is some problems in your field. Okay? And propose the solution from your past experience, how to resolve this matter. That's it. Okay? That's it. No one ever in the world explained this better than I did. Okay? Nobody else in the world had explained it better. This is the best you can get, guys. So if it's still not clear, that's it. That's the bottom line, okay? So that's what I can say about EB-2 NIW. And again, how do we prove it? Okay, we need to have a presentation of you showing what the problem is and how you resolve it. And we have people, actually other companies in the US helping you to draft that document, like a presentation or a business plan. And we'll find all the problems that you facing, that your industry is facing, to help you out. I will need 15 recommendation letters, 15. I also of a strong opinion that 2 scientific articles and 2 publications in the press, and we all know it's easy to do, are going to strengthen your case significantly. Okay? Because yes, we're gonna use your past experience and project to show that you will be able to implement your proposed project, right? So you've been doing that in the past. But if you have some press coverage of your project and your scientific articles, it's gonna alleviate your petition and make it much stronger. Okay? All right, guys. Because we have very limited time, let's go to your questions. And while I'm not gonna address all the questions, okay? But I'm gonna address the main ones. To receive your free evaluation, first let's get to the gifts. Okay, let's get to the gifts. You will get the links in the chat right now to get the free evaluation for your talent visas and for your NIW visas. Okay, you can fill out both. Don't be shy. Fill out both applications if you feel strong about them, or if you don't feel strong but you hesitate. Don't worry, I'll look at both of them. All right, and within 2 days I'll get back to you. And I will tell you, Mohammed, Bala, Crystal, Agnesa, you qualify for this and that visa. Let's now meet at the complex immigration planning to build up a strategy of your case. All right? Don't postpone it. Don't think, oh, okay, I'll do it on the weekend. No, do it right now or once we finish. Okay? Don't postpone it. And the guide, it's not how to open the company in Miami. It's from other presentation. The guide on the talent visas, on what we talked about. You will definitely get an email on that, but I also think you may get the link here as well. Yes, there's a link on a drive, a Google Drive. Guys, make sure you download it because we're gonna close that link. Okay, within 24 hours, if you don't download it, we're gonna close it. So do it right now, and also study it right now. All right, study. Don't put it on the weekend. No, you will never do this. So do everything now while you're hot. I put some energy into you, so you feel a little bit elevated, maybe euphoric. So do it now. Okay. Okay, we'll collect. Okay, this is questions. And guys, if you don't follow us on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, and Facebook, like you're shooting yourself in the foot. All right. So screenshot the QR codes, like screenshot or take a picture from the screen, and then using other device, scan them and connect. Okay, because we have unique content on all of these platforms. So don't miss that opportunity. Let me go by. I'm not gonna get all the questions, okay? I'm gonna get just a few questions from the end, but I will the moderator will save all the questions. And guys, guess what? On Insta, on YouTube, on TikTok, on Facebook, you're gonna start seeing the videos, the articles, the stories where I'll be answering your questions. Okay, so follow us on those platforms, and if I didn't answer your question, you'll get it somehow. Serdan B. Stanislav, where this recording will be present. Guys, no recording. I'm sorry. That's the purpose, for you to focus for an hour and a half. It's not going to be repeated. No slides available. That's it. Okay. So if you missed it, wait for the next webinar. Maybe in a couple of months, we're going to repeat it, and it's going to be online. So yeah, I said it in the beginning. So yes. Jamie, the premium process fees per person or per family? Per person. So for the family, one premium processing fee. Okay. I'm going from the bottom, guys. A license to practice your profession, national license of US license. Nelson, your question is going to the exceptional ability. A license in your country. It doesn't have to be US, okay? In your country is good enough. So if you're engineer in your country, that's going to be good enough to show that license. Arun, yes, I had to leave, no problem. Andrea, what type of academic articles would be good? For example, Andrea, if you go to Google Scholar or Web of Science, Google Scholar or Web of Science, and just type whatever, the galaxy, just put the word galaxy or atom, whatever you see. So that's what I want to see. Okay. If you're asking about the size, doesn't really matter. At least the lowest I've seen 10 pages, like 10, 11, 12, and I've seen 100 pages in the publication. All right. What matters for me that it's published in an indexed medium, in an indexed journal. Yes, and Agnes is saying, like, you can read, you guys can read Agnes's articles on Google's search and Google Scholar most likely. So that's what I meant. Mohammed, let's please move to, yes, US Sun, is it US Sun is probably a large media, probably it's a major media. Andrea, yes. Yeah, I've seen you guys ask me to move to EB-2. I did, and I'm sorry I didn't have that. Next time I promise we'll switch them around. We'll do EB-2 and NIW first, because we didn't cover it completely today. Yes, that's my bad. Because I got too philosophical with you. You guys know sometimes I just go a little bit too deep. Toulouse, I just received an award from the Ministry of Finance of my country in terms of entrepreneurship competition. Very good. I like it. I like it. But my background is in petroleum engineering. Okay, there could be a problem with the media and technical journals also published internationally. I'm confused about which area should I focus on to apply, because we only can apply one area. Toulouse, make sure you fill out the free evaluation. Okay, I'll take a look at everything and I'll let you know. I'll be honest with you, I love petroleum engineering. We got like 5 approvals in July for petroleum engineers in EB-1A, so we definitely know how to do them. But we get a lot of business approvals, so I need to look at the whole picture. So make sure you do it. I'm from Venezuela. Can I apply? Yes, Jamie. You can. Every country can apply for these visas. Okay. All right, guys. I'm sorry. The rest of the questions I will not be able to take. We'll copy them. Follow us on our platforms. Thank everybody who was with us. I hope you guys got a lot of value. Please comment in the comment section if you guys liked it, if it was good for you, if you enjoyed it. If you didn't enjoy, tell me why. I'll take it into consideration. Please give me feedback, give me some love, give me some criticism if you want. I'm open to this. But if you guys enjoyed it, if you want to continue, if you want to do more of this, please let me know, okay? Because if it didn't work for you, like, I'm not gonna waste my time, okay? But if it did, please let me know so I know there's a demand for what I'm trying to deliver. That would be great. All right. So guys, thank you very much. Have a great rest of the week. Have a great weekend. I'm Stanislav Shamayev, a lawyer of the future. Your future begins here. Good luck.